We did it. That's it. Flash the sirens. Memory's back. Sylvia's back. And we got it good. We got it going on. Sylvia's back, everyone. Sylvia, are you okay? What the hell are you doing? You shouldn't just force someone to remember something they wanted to forget. Yeah, big talk coming from you, Toma. Big talk, buddy. You're always like this, Toma. You think everything's fine as long as you're protecting her. It's no good at all. Sylvia, did you remember? What happened? Can you talk? Yeah, but Toma is... I know you don't want Toma to hear this. But if you don't say anything, we won't know the truth. We need to know everything and see these crimes atoned for before we can move on, right? Do you really intend to let those responsible carry the sin for the rest of their lives? Go ahead. If you remembered, then there's no use in hiding it. Toma pushed me. I mistook Toma for Shin. He got mad and pushed me. Toma, do you like... You misunderstand. I've just had my issues with Shin from a long time ago. I got angry when you confused us. Hey, you still spouting bullshit like that at a time like this? You're the one who always said lying could be the best thing to do in certain situations. It's the best thing to do sometimes because it brings the best results to everyone involved. But when you try to hide something that's inconvenient to you, it's just a lie. Damn, that's like levels of lying. Like Shin has like a hierarchy, like, oh, here's when it's nice to lie and here's when it's not nice to lie. Here's the ethics of lying. That's wrong, Shin. This is the best path for me, for everyone else. That's why no matter what you say, I'll always deny it. So what do? Got anything else to throw at me? Well, one more piece of evidence. Here's pictures of her that I found in your room, among other things. What? I didn't want to bring this up if I didn't have to, but you're still making excuses. How'd you get your hands on that? I threw all that away. I snuck in and took a few before you disposed of them. I also took a photo of these sitting in your room. When did you... Oh, I see. It's when you took my wallet and said you'd go buy some drinks. You, of all people, know I keep my key in my wallet. Wow. He broke into Toma's room. You do realize you committed both theft and trespassing to get that, right? You can't use that as evidence. I know, but that's fine. In fact, I intend to return these photos and items to you, as well as the other evidence. My goal was only to get you to admit that you had done, from your own mouth. You weren't afraid that you'd actually be charged with this crime, were you? The thing you were afraid of was us finding out what you had done, wasn't it? You love her, so when she called you by my name, you couldn't control yourself and pushed her. You didn't want us to know that. You thought that if you'd admitted it, you'd hurt us far more than it would have hurt you. That's all there was to it, am I right? That is petty, Toma. That is real petty. My goal's already accomplished. Your goal now is impossible. I'm not interested in this evidence anymore. Throw it away, give it to the police, do whatever you want. Looks like I lost. And as we've learned from this whole game, losing is the most important thing. This is why I don't like competing with you. It can never just stay a game. I feel the same way. In the end, Sylvia chose your theory. I mean, I was on his path. I didn't really have much of a choice, but... Whatever, we'll say Sylvia did it. It wasn't me. I didn't do nothing. Toma, is this all true? Do you really... You mean the fact I pushed you, or that I love you? They're both true. Why were you hiding it? You already know the reason. I know. Still. You love to die. You love to lie. You love to lie, and at the same time, you have a hard time letting both the good and the bad coexist. You should have just left it as an accident. Then I could have just suffered with this guilt for the rest of my life alone. Your finding out about this has only hurt Sylvia more. No, I don't think so. If you found out exactly how much I was hurting, we'd all end up suffering in this guilt forever. But now we can move on. Shin's like actually right about this. And it's frustrating when he's right about things, but like, now that we have the truth, we all get to move on. Me, her, and you too, Toma. All of us together are in on this. It's just like before, when I argued with you after her performance. I told you that what you said to her was too harsh. And I told you that what you were trying to do was sweep the truth under the rug. Ignore what really happened. After that, I started desperately praying that she would be even better the next year so that I could see her smile. Next year was really amazing, you remember it too, right? She was like a different person. I believed that the gods had heard my prayers and answered them. I thought it was a miracle. But then the performance ended, and I saw her rush over to you, smiling. I finally realized everything. I was beyond disappointed. What I had really hoped for was for her to smile at me. The one who was actually thinking about her happiness was you, Shin. This is right on the nose. This was what I was about to say exactly. Is that this love triangle is not two boys fighting over me. This is Toma fighting over Shin's affections. Toma is not interested in me, isn't Sylvia. Toma is interested in beating Shin at loving me. That's why Toma is finding out in losing that what he has really learned from this is to not fight over people. Really what he's learning is that to be a better person, to lie appropriately, to live appropriately, is about living honest to yourself, not trying to hide your emotions or sweep things under the rug with regards to other people especially. Toma has lost my affections, lost my interest, at least in this dimension, in this universe, we'll talk about that later, because he lost sight of what was important. And he didn't notice that he wasn't after me, my affections, he was after beating Shin. And he lost to Shin. And so Shin was never competing to beat Toma. He was genuinely interested in my love, in my affection. And so that leads us to where we are here. Also, Toma then tried to kill me, which means that he obviously doesn't care about me. And he cares about beating Shin and going to any extent to beating Shin. And he didn't like try to kill me. It wasn't like attempted homicide. It was just an accident, which is something Shin's dad knows a lot about. That's hella. That's a lot. When I was thinking about her happiness was you, Shin. In the end, the event led to you two to start dating, and I guess the gods saw through my selfishness. No, dude, wasn't the gods. Be responsible, man. You totally, like, almost killed someone. That was what I was thinking the entire time. And see? See? Shin knows this. Shin knows to get the full truth and the full justice, because that is how you move on, because that's how he moved on with his dad. That's how he knows. Because he was able to move on with his dad, he knows that in order for Toma to heal, for him to move on from this, justice needs to be served, even if that justice goes against Toma. Grieving on your own will not actually solve anything, it'll make things worse. So Shin is actually doing a lot of care for Toma, things that Toma might not like, but gonna be really good for him in the long run. Sylvia, how did you not realize any of this now? I'm Amnesia! Toma! Before you and Shin started going out, I asked you so many times to go out with me, remember? You didn't? I don't remember that. You probably said it really lightheartedly like you usually do. Pretty much, I was scared. As you started avoiding me, I didn't know how I'd continue to live my life. I did say it many times. I wondered why you didn't realize how I felt. And while I couldn't escape the limits of being a childhood friend to you, Shin was able to manage doing so. Toma's like, why do you get out of the friend zone and not me? Why not me? God dang, that friend zone's scary for people. I'm sorry, everybody. That is a tough life. It wasn't easy. I had to, like, be responsible for myself and show that I actually cared about another living being and not be selfish. Like, legitimately hard things. I had to let go of myself, open myself up to another person, like, all of these things. I was pretty much risking my life. I was prepared to throw everything away. Shin's calling Toma out like, you ready to risk your life for everything for Sylvia? Cause I was. That's how I beat you. Toma, did you ever confess to her with that level of determination? No. The only reason you were able to do something like that is because you're impulsive. I'd loved her for so long, but after being so close to her for that long, even as a sort of sibling, I couldn't risk it. Yeah, right, see? I win. He's like dancing on Toma's, like, grave. Even if I was in your position, I still would have confessed. The length of time you felt that way doesn't matter. Stop trying to come up with excuses for your cowardice. Boom! You lost the moment you decided you were too scared to take a risk for her. I couldn't give her up to someone like that. Yeah, alright, you're right. It's exactly as you said, and from a long time ago, I've wanted to be able to do that, like you. Hey, you still remember when she started talking about marriage, back when we were kids? I already liked her since way back then, that's why I got flustered. But even back then, you came in from the sidelines and snatched her up. Toma's got a weird perspective on things. Sidelines? Y'all were best friends and growing up. That's not sidelines. Yeah, well, you're that kind of guy. Sylvia, do you remember? Did that really happen? I remember proposing to Toma. Was that really the end of that story? Did I propose to both of them? I hope I proposed to both of them. Toma, when we grow up, we should get married. What? You too, Shin. We'll be together forever. Yes! Ha! I played them both. Sylvia wins. Everyone else loses except for me. Okay, sounds good. Wait, you two? You know you can only get married to one person, right? Most important person. 3 people can't do that. It's coming back again. That thing, that like idea that there's like the 3 of us couldn't all be together. That happened every time that we had dates where Shin would show up at my door and then Toma would show up right after. And I had to be like, no Toma. Shin and I. Not you and me and Shin, because that doesn't work. But Shin, Toma, and I. For some reason, in the Amnesia Memories universe, because the dating sim's kind of trite like that. It's very monogamous. And you have to push everyone else out in order to get with anyone else, so that's kind of a hard part to deal with, but if it works, it works. I can't argue with their logic here. I think their logic is a little bit flawed. It could be different, maybe. But yeah. Maybe there is some kind of ending where we could all just come together and solve this mystery together. No, but then Toma still did what he did. I don't know how set is that? I don't know, there's different universes to this. There's gotta be. That's no good. You'll have to choose one person someday. What? See, even Sylvie's like, that is... Why did they choose one? Like, that sounds dumb. Who does that? Hey, don't cry. Then you should marry me. I'll be with you forever. Won't that be good? What? Why do you get to decide? Shin, you'll really marry me? Yeah, I like you the most after all. Thank you. I like you too, Shin. Everyone's giving me rings because I'm the winner. Look at me. I got my flower crown of winningness. Look at all these other loser kids. Let's be together forever. It's a promise. Alright, it's a promise. And Tom was like, this is farts. I lose again. He's so mad. I remembered. I'm sorry, Toma. I can't believe I did that. This isn't your fault at all. It's not Shin's fault either. It's the patriarchy's fault. It's Puritan problems that brought us to monogamous relationships. Although, you're both just a tad slow. Awkward. Why are you apologizing? I'm the one who should apologize, because I'm a grown-ass man now. I did something terrible to you, and I couldn't stop lying. I'm sorry. I caused a lot of suffering for Shin, too. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I don't know how much you've had to put up with until now. I don't even know how shocking it must have been for you to be mistaken for me. But regardless of the reason, you hurt her, and I can't ever forgive that. You don't have to forgive me. In fact, you shouldn't. Clench your teeth. Okay. Toma! Ouch. Yeah, thanks for that, Shin. Don't think that hurt only for you, idiot. Yeah, I won't forget that. Anyway, I'll be paying a visit to the police. Mind if I take this evidence? You're giving it to me, right? Go ahead. Oh, Toma, we'll be waiting for you. Wow. Dang. Guess we should go too. Where are we going, man? Where could we possibly be going now? Just like let's go to the movies. Let's go somewhere chill. It doesn't matter. How about Crayfish Park? Yeah. Let's go to Crayfish Park and let's just come to a nice conclusion about all of this. Wow! I can't believe Toma pushed me off a cliff like that. Alright. Good work, everyone. We made it through.